Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back. My name is Hannah and I hope you're doing well. I hope things are fabulous. This evening, I am wanting, if you'll join me, to spend a little bookish evening together after work. So I finished work at 6 and it is now 7 and I'm already in my PJs because I just need to relax tonight. The vibe is just chill, unwind, relax. If that sounds like something that might be great on your background TV, I'm here to help. So, in terms of things that I want to do tonight, I definitely want to firstly sort of create a TBR jar because I'm wanting to do a sort of TBR jar picks my June reads next month. So, that's something that hopefully we can get done tonight. I also, of course, want to read. So, whatever I'm reading, you and we can chat about it. Sometimes it may be audio, sometimes it may be on my Kindle because I'm reading two Kindle books at the minute, but we'll talk a little bit about that later. I'd love to do some skincare because I just need that relaxation. I need those zen vibes, to be honest. And also, I'd really like to maybe do some colouring because that really helps me switch off and sort of use my hands and my eyeballs to do something that is just low pressure. Small amounts of brain needed. If you can't tell, I need to unwind. But I also kind of feel like I just need to just yap and just get any energy that I've got out. Thanks for joining me. Let's have a wonderful, cozy little evening. I'm going to go make myself a cuppa and then we'll just crack on. And by crack on, I mean do the bare minimum. So we've ticked a few things off. I have done a little bit of colouring and that was good for the brain because I was able to finish a colouring page and highlight it and give it all the shadows and pretend I'm an artist. That was fun. Yes, we managed to do some colouring and I have also done my little TBR pineapple. It's so cute. Now, I thought I would just chat to you guys a little bit about what I'm going to be reading. I am going to put some eye patches on and do my skincare and just read for the rest of the evening. I think it's about 9:30 now and I am up at 6 in the morning, so we'll be going to bed soon. But I thought maybe we could just chat. Let's talk about what I'm reading at the minute. I'm actually reading two books at the minute. The first one the one that I started first, shall I say, that one is On Wings of Blood. I'm in two minds about that book. I haven't seen anyone rate it higher than a 4 star, so I'm not expecting sort of like big, great things, but it is a good time. But I will say, it's just a bit like a few things are just not quite right. Like the start of the book is so like, what the hell is happening? As in, like, this fae girl has just landed naked in a pile of dead bodies in a burnt down city slash town. She gets found by some noble royalties. That makes sense. Some noble royal people. And then they just send her to school. And then all we're doing is watching her get into school. And it's like, let's just take a step back. Where did this bitch come from? And why are you not sort of looking into it? Like, why don't you care? And also, the author has a really sort of like, I don't want to say lazy, not a very creative way of giving us lots of information and history about the world that they're currently in. And she'll just do it through like speech, like one character telling a story to another character. And, you know, part of it does feel a little bit lazy, but at the same time, it's good. And I am intrigued, and it is a little bit of a vampire romantasy, so that's fun. Enjoying that. I think I'm probably about 25% of the way through that, and I have that on my Kindle because the audiobook isn't out yet, which is how I wanted to experience this book. I wanted to sort of do a little bit of an immersive read, but it's not out until next Tuesday, and I'll probably have finished it by then. So that's brill. The second book that I'm reading is the second book in the Gods and Monsters series. So after the Book of Asriel, I think it's the Throne of Broken Gods. It's giving female rage, it's giving pure wrath, chaos, good times. I actually have no idea where the rest of this series is going to go. It feels like things are getting wider, and it's almost like you start with like a little speck of like one storyline, and we just keep zooming out and constantly just sort of like expanding on what the world is and who people are and what they've done and all their history. It's crazy. It's a really good time. Super fun to read because the main character, the female main character, she's crazy and she's funny. She makes me laugh. There's a lot of sarcasm and, you know, taking the piss out of everyone, and that's fun. I like that. It is the definition of morally grey. So that's what I'm reading at the minute. So the question is, what do I read now? Like, what do I want to read tonight? And because I'm listening to Throne of Broken Gods on audio, if I have just like solid reading time, I've been reading On Wings of Blood. So I think that's what we'll do tonight. I'll continue reading that, and if I have any more thoughts in the next hour or so, I'll come back to you. We're just going to read, and that's it. So I've gotten, I think I'm like 33% of the way into On Wings of Blood, and we have finally gotten a second POV, which I'm very happy about. I was extremely excited to see someone else's name, I will say. Within that chapter as well, we also got like a good little glimpse into the reason or potential reasons that our main character is in this world. And I'm not gonna lie, it was like a crumb. It was like the bare minimum, but it was time for us to just sort of like reflect on that. Our girl Medra is just sort of like vibing at this academy, but we're still questioning why the fuck she's there. And I guess she is kind of trying to figure it out as well. Don't mind me, by the way, I am clearly doing my self care portion of the evening. But as I was saying, Medra is clearly trying to figure out herself a couple of the things that are going on with her. So I get it, like things are definitely underway, but there's just a lot of questions, and maybe it's just because I'm thick and I can never guess anything, but I literally just have no idea where this is going. All I'm getting at the minute is like big bitch click vibes from some of the characters at this academy. Like, they're just pissing me off. But at the same time, it's really easy to read and it's kind of a good time, so I don't know. Currently using these Grace and Stella masks, the gold eye masks that, to be honest, they say anti-wrinkle and energizing. I probably need both of those things, but truthfully, I just need to feel like I'm at a spa. Zen me. Alexa, play spa music. Oh my god, this is such a good time. So here we are. We're doing a little bit of self-care. I need to, I'm kind of rubbish with self-care, I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm not. I'm good at looking after my skin in terms of like taking my makeup off and things like that, but I'm bad at knowing what's actually good for my skin. So I use an exfoliator maybe like twice a week, like a Paula's Choice BHA or something like that. And then I also have retinol, which I will use like alternate days to the exfoliation toners and things like that, because I don't want it to be too much, because I find that like around my nose kind of like gets quite sensitive, and yeah. But anyway, let's do some of that stuff. Oh my god, this sound music is lush. This feels like a very intimate thing to be doing on the internet, but here we are. And some books I haven't spoke about yet on my channel that I absolutely love. Let's start with some of my recent favourites. I read Just for the Summer this month by Abby Jimenez, and I absolutely loved it. It had some crazy, crazy themes of like some unstable, neglectful childhoods. It had like a parent going to prison. So it had some wild and crazy things going on. And obviously, aside from that, we had this wonderful romance of two people that had had a lot of interesting traumas and different things going on, but they managed to support each other. And honestly, it was just such a good time. I loved it. My other 5-star read of the month was Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young, which is sort of like the second book in the interconnected standalones. You've got Out on a Limb and then Out of the Woods. I loved Out of the Woods. It was unbelievable. And I have already said multiple times in like 12 different videos that it is scary how similar Sarah and I are. So Sarah is the main female character in that book, and her inner monologue felt like reading everything that happens inside my brain. It was absolutely crazy. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And Caleb, the man that you are, some of the things that he does for Sarah in that book, I love him. I love that book. It kind of gives like second chance romance, but they're already married, and there's no suggesting that they're gonna like divorced or anything like that. It's just sort of like a reflection into their marriage and like some things that they want to change, some journeys of self-discovery and understanding their relationship better. It was just brilliant. It was just so brilliant. And I think if you're a girly in a relationship, we still enjoy those sort of like meeting for the first time romances, and I don't know, like your rivals to lovers, or you know, these really cute meet cutes and all that sort of thing. But it was just refreshing to read a romance that was about an existing long-term relationship. I'll obviously do a little wrap up for this month on here and talk to you guys in depth about what I read and what I thought and what all the books were about. Yeah, just a little snippet into some of the great reads that I've read this month, just in case you're having a bad month and you need to pick something up that's gonna, you know, it's gonna hit different to what you've read so far this month. Well, I hope my recommendations sit well with you guys and that you enjoy them. Let me know if you've read any of them. Would love to know. Does anyone actually know how long these are meant to stay on you? I'm just going to keep reading, to be honest. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to read for maybe another half an hour, 40 minutes. And then I'm going to try get some sleep. And maybe I'll check in with you guys in the morning. Maybe I'll end this video after a few reading clips. I'm not sure. But just in case I don't check in again, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, come back. I can't promise it's always going to be this wonderful zen energy that I have going on right now, but I can promise it will always be a good time. Thank you.